be scared sometimes. Read your Bible all you want to, but you're going to be scared, nervous, worried, perplexed, confused, walking through the house murmuring to yourself, sitting on the side of the bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, looking out the window into the darkness of the night, trying to see something that is unseeable and know something that is unknowable. But if you hang in there, boy, if you don't quit, if you just trust me, I'm going to bring you through this. Don't bail, don't run, don't jump, don't back up, man, just because you're scared and just because you don't understand everything. Joseph, just hang on in there. I got a plan. I'm working on something, and you got to trust me when you can't trust me.
Well, you know what? I think I'm going to call this video tonight boosting morale, because every now and then you just need a word. You just need a little boost. You just need a little encouragement. I didn't sleep well last night. Been doing well for last few times and since my last posting, and I don't know, today I just had to shake it a little bit, I guess, because today is 30 days. It's been 30 days since I physically seen my son. I can see him by video, but I have not physically touched my son. I have not kissed him on the cheek or been able to just hug him or hold him or to hear his goofy laugh. You know, he makes us laugh, but I mean, it's just being up in his room and on the PlayStation with his friends playing K2, V2, whatever it is, K2 and 2K, and just hearing him fussing and yelling at the computer and laughing out loud. And yeah, but I just have to hang in there. He called me during school today on my break, and he sounds good. He sounds normal. He never murmurs and complains, and yeah, it's hard. It's a hard place to be right now. I know I want most of my videos, if not all of them, to always be positive and encouraging, but just listening to Bishop Jakes and this sermon that, you know, God will restore the wasted years is, yeah, I just have to believe that.
Sometimes it's hard to get out of bed in the morning. They get all dressed up and they smell good, but sometimes they don't even feel like combing their hair.
You know, I think
because life is complicated.
I'm gonna say something that kind of goes against the grain of what we feel as black women, as black mothers, and that we're strong, that we are able to get through things that other women don't get to, and that we shield ourselves, and that we're just hard, and that, you know, and sometimes, you know, we in our hardness and in our strength, sometimes we tend to grow a little bit callous. Sometimes in our hardness and our so-called strength, we forget to cry sometimes, that we forget that it's okay, that we forget that in our strength and in us being strong and holding everything in and trying to carry the weight of the world and trying to be the father and be the mother and then being the sister and trying to be the brother, trying to be all things, trying to even be God himself or herself, trying to be whatever this universe is trying to get us through and to keep us from and to get us to and to accomplish, and all of that. Who carries us? Who cries for us? Who holds us in the middle of the night when we say we're strong? I don't need a man. I can do my own thing, and I'm independent. And sometimes I used to always wonder, I used to always wonder why athletes, when they would get on TV, and the first thing they would say is, "Thank you, Mom," or "Hey, Mom," or "I love you, Mom," or "If it wasn't for my mom." And sometimes I just wonder if it's too much, are we dwindling in our health? Are we dwindling in our minds? Are we taking care of the things that we're supposed to take care of because we're strong? We have been disrespected for generations. We've been talked about. We've been walked on. We've been paid less than her, and we don't get a second look like her, and we're not thin like her, and and we raise our children the best way we know how, when the adversity and the questions that they ask is, "Mama, am I too light? Mama, am I too dark? When I walk down the street, why do people walk and cross over to the other side? Why do we have to lay in the street for hours with only a sheet covering our bodies while the mother mourns and longs and cries?" But they say, "Oh, she's a strong black woman because she's able to carry on, and she's able to fight and to advocate and to ask questions. And even when she doesn't understand, she keeps asking anyway." How do we lessen the load? Yes, I am strong, but sometimes I want to be weak, and sometimes I want to be vulnerable, and sometimes I want to cry. Sometimes when I hear his voice and he picks up the phone and I say, "Miss you." He said, "I miss you too, Mom." He sounds so at peace. And I'm doing everything in my power to hold it, to not cry, not to let him hear me cry, or to hear me sob, or to know that last night I went to bed with a pain in my side. And I dismiss it, and I get up and I get ready, and I keep going on, and I keep to all the black women out there, to all the women, period. And especially if you're a single mother, I don't know how to be that, because I've been married for 26 years. But I do know what it's like to be raised by one, because I was raised by one. And she did the best that she could. She'd make a meal for a week off of pinto beans and ground beef and tortillas. She put a pot roast in the oven on Sundays, and it would last us till Wednesdays. She was widowed at 28, carrying twins in her body, and didn't even know that they were twins. I was 8 years old, and at that moment, I became a strong black woman, because I had to help her, and to help my siblings, and to help in ways that I didn't know it then, but benefit me today. But sometimes I want to be 8. Sometimes I want to be 18. Sometimes I want to be 28 when I had my first child. And he's getting ready to graduate college in May. I'm so proud of him. And I want to be strong, and I want to be that mother that, through the midst of trials and tribulations and things going on with one child, that we don't forget about the other children, that we don't forget that we have a senior in college about to graduate, that we don't forget that we have a freshman in high school, and that we don't forget that we have a sixth grader. These are all milestones that we should be proud of and happy, and that we can't overlook. I graduated on December 15th with my master's degree, and I don't even remember walking across the stage. I don't remember walking across the stage because I was so busy being strong, so proud that all of my children, all of them, were there to see me graduate, and that I wanted to be an example for them, that I wanted my sons and my daughters to see that no matter how young or how old, that there is no limitations, there is no limit on what we can accomplish. And never to give up, and to follow our dreams, and be forever learning, and that wisdom, not just book sense, but wisdom, and that knowledge, and just that being able to align ourselves and our thoughts with the things that are in store for us for the universe, things that we're supposed to take out and to teach someone else, to be strong for someone else, to be strengthened. There's that word again, strong. There is no way in a million years that I would have ever put myself out there and made myself transparent and put out these videos. Perhaps it's to help somebody, and perhaps it's to strengthen someone. There's that word again, strong, strengthen. 30 days. He'll be 18 on April 23rd. He'll be 18. But I keep holding on to that belief that God will restore the years that the locusts and the cankerworms have eaten. God will restore the years. God will keep me healthy as long as I work to keep myself healthy. And that I will continue to fight, that I will continue to bring attention to the things that are just not right for our children, whether they do good or they do bad, whether they go right or they go wrong, whether they go up or they go down. I want each and every young person to be afforded the same starting point as their friends, as their neighbors, as their colleagues, as the kids that they go to church with, the kids that they go to school with, the kids that live over this side of the street, the kids that live over here on this side of the street. It doesn't matter. I want them all to be afforded the same starting place. And that's what we don't understand. That's what we have forgotten. That's what we dismiss. When we get caught up in hashtags, and when we get caught up in tweets and Facebook posts and Instagram and what's the other one? Snapchat. I just want us all to be afforded the same starting place. Now, where we finish and where we end up on that starting line, on that track we call life, it is always up to us, because we can make a detour. We could cross the line. We could drop the baton. We could step over. We could strike. We could have a false start. But it doesn't matter as long as we start in the same spot and have the same opportunities. That's all I want. That's all we want for our children, to have the same opportunities and the same starting place. Come on, people. Let's wake up. Let's support each other. Let's strengthen each other. Instead of being at church on Sunday or being at school or being on your job or in your community or your neighborhood, instead of seeing that black woman or that black girl and said, oh my God, everything she goes, she is so strong. Why don't you take a moment and call her and check on her? Why don't you bake a cake or cook a casserole? Hell, put it in the microwave. Most of us can't cook nowadays anyway. Do something. Because you know what? She might not be as strong as you think. She just may need a shoulder to cry on, somebody to lean on. Husbands, love your wives. Take her out sometimes, romance her. Let her have some time away. Hold her at night. Make sweet love to her. Don't keep saying, oh, she good, she got it. Oh, my wife, she's independent. She's good. She's strong. Make her laugh. Let her cry and you wipe her tears and wipe her nose. Next time she feels sick and throwing up, hold back her hair. Many of us are not high maintenance. We still enjoy the little things in life. We just pretend that all those things make us happy because we're strong. 30 days. 30 days. I don't wish this void on anybody. But I tell you what, with you being with me and supporting me and calling me every now and then. Now I don't like a lot of attention, but every now and then just picking up the phone and say, hey girl, are you okay? How's it going? We don't even have to talk about it. Maybe we could just talk. This too shall pass. This too shall pass.